Good evening, folks, and welcome. Right, tonight let's go to camera 3. Shall we? Wrong one. There we are. Right, well tonight we've got Nigels Garrard AP76, so we'll just put this under it there, keep it straight, there we go. We've got Nigels Garrard AP76 that came in for repair over the weekend. Came in on Friday, and the videos didn't get uploaded because my account got trashed by YouTube. Anyway, so I'm now on this account, and we'll get things up and running. Right, so without further ado, let's test this out. I can't put a record on obviously because there's no stylus in it, but we'll see if it goes across and does what it should. So we'll start with 45. Gets up to speed quick. The arm's a bit high and it's a bit out of position. The adjustment needs doing. So what I'll do, I'll go through the adjustments with you. Get a screwdriver to fit the adjustments. Get a screwdriver to fit. That one will do. Right, the arm height, that's way too high. So what we'll do, we'll adjust. The arm height is adjusted by, if I go to camera 2 might be better. Let's go to camera 2. You might be able to see what I'm doing. This mouse is a pain in the backside. Right, we'll go to camera 2 and I might be able to zoom in a bit, see if I can. Right, just on the adjustment. The adjustment for the arm height is here. You have to swing the arm out a bit, and then you have to turn this screw, which raises or lowers the arm. Right, that's too high. We just want it so that it's level. Bit lower. I mean, this is, I would say that's right. Now we'll zoom back out. And turn that off, and we'll adjust the set down point. You can also adjust, if we go back onto it here, you can also adjust the arm height by this here. This is another adjustment here that you can do. And I don't think that one works. No, I wouldn't even run the risk of turning that. We'll just make sure that the arm, yeah, we're still too high there. Yeah, so what we need to do is bring that back up. Right, that's correct. And just a little bit higher. Get that back to where we were. Try that. Now that looks right. Yeah. So what we'll do next, we shall adjust this one. On the top here. Right, let's see how we go with that. That's still gone a bit high, but it's dropped down. They do actually lift up a bit. If we go to there, and then we come to the end here, they do actually lift up a bit. So that's okay, that's normal. That's normal, because you want it just so that we'll go a little bit higher. Actually, no, that's, yeah, we'll go just a touch higher. That'll do. That's it. Yeah, that's perfect. Because by the time that's pushed down, there's no way it's going to hit a record. That's it. Now, to adjust, let's turn that off. Now to adjust the set down point on these, you actually have a screw at the side here, and I think this is the one. This is the one. So let's see. Make sure that's still up. I wanted to catch it while the mechanism was actually, so we'll move that down, stop that, let's wind it back up. Right. See that now, should stay there. Yeah. Would help if we find the right one. I think it's this. Yeah. Whoops. That one brings it out. Clockwise brings it in. So let's see. So turn that back round. Hang on. At least it lands on the record now. So So we'll turn that back round. You couldn't see that adjustment from there, but I think I can get to it. I think get to it there. Right, so what we'll do, we'll send that back over, because even though there's no stylus, we can still adjust it. So we want to go in a bit, and it's a little screw just inside the arm there, just inside the gimbal. Let's try that, see what we get. And I think just for good measure, I think that should be it. Yep. Now make sure it drops back on the rest correctly. Sweet as a nut. Right, so we go to camera 3. We'll just go to camera, set my glasses off while I just operate this. So if I bring camera 3 over, let's take it out of there. Right. So the adjustments on this, it'll get it a bit easier for you. The top adjustment here adjusts the overall height of the arm. This, I think mine needs to go a bit higher on that because that's a bit low. Oh no, it was the cueing device was down. The cue lever was down. This one here adjusts the height that the arm is lifted in relation to the height of that. You can lift it with this, with the cue lever. This screw here, move around the back, this little hole here has the screw adjustment for the stylus set down point. And this screw at the back here, I'm not clear what that does. I'd have to look in the manual because it doesn't seem to do anything. But they're your adjustments. Let's turn this back round. But they're your adjustments, that's how it's set up. And the and if you need to go a bit higher, which probably can, because depends on what cartridge goes in, I will set that a bit higher because you don't know what cartridge is going to put in there, do you? I mean, the arm does go a bit higher as it goes up. That's how it's designed. Right, so I'm going to leave it there. So let's see how that looks. It looks a bit high there, but it's dropping onto the groove, and the anti-skate adjustment is done here. You lift that up and you slide it to where you want it. Now the way to set these decks up, I'll show you, and let's turn that off. The way to set these decks up, you move the counterweight so that the arm floats. There we go. Right, I need to find out. Right, let's just find out where the centre of the weight is, because the weight's adjusted at the back. But I need to see where the position. I need to see the 0 position. And to adjust, that winds it anti-clockwise, moves it towards the 0 position, and you have to have that at 0. That's how your weight's done on this. So there we go. Then what we need to do is move the counterbalance weight so that the arm floats. Right. Slide that all the way down there so the arm doesn't go all the way back. Right, let's move that. We want that so that the arm floats level. And we're not quite level, but we're not far off. We are now. Right, we're level now. And then we'll set this to 2 grams by winding that out to there, because I always set them to 2 grams. That's 2 grams exactly, and that feels good. And just to confirm that it is 2 grams, we'll get the digital. It might be a bit more. I'm not saying the digital scale's going to be any different, but it could be. I've known them be. So, but we should be pretty much in the ballpark anyway. So what we'll do, we'll turn the digital scales on, and we'll place the tone arm there. How about that? 2.29. That is not bad. So we could wind that back a bit. What I could actually do, let's turn that off a minute. I could actually adjust that counterbalance weight. Let's wind this all the way back. Right. Right. I'm going to leave that because it's level, and I'm going to set it to 2 grams. I'm going to leave that because it's level and I'm happy with it. I'm going to set that so that it's, there we go. Let's turn this back round. There we go. I mean, I could do with a proper stylus scale for doing these, but this will do. 247. Now I can bring that down. 230. 216. 204. And that puts us dead on 2 grams. There we go. .201, that's good enough, and that's exactly 201 grams, and that'll do. Now let's check it with just pop that under there for a second. Let's check it with the original. I've got a, what do you call it here? A Garrard stylus tool, stylus pressure gauge, and this. See what this weighs. Just past the 0. I'd say that's 2 grams. Yep, that's good enough. Because this weighs in 5 gram increments, so from there to just in between them two, I class it as 2 grams. And I used to use that before, and I still do, but I used to use it a lot at one time. But we'll just run it through the auto cycles just to double check everything's right, but we know it is because I've done it and they're always right. So we'll start with 78. We'll leave the arm up. We'll start at 78 at 12 inches. Why it does 78 at 12 inches I don't know, but that's to 78 at 12. .45 at 7. Yeah, and that's dead right, that, because that's going to drop pretty much on. That's okay. .33 at 12. Yep. 33 at 10. Yep. .33 at 7. Yep. And then we'll go back to there and we're off. And that's correct. And it drops the arm exactly. Well, it would if the cueing device was down. Cue lever was down, there we go. Exactly correctly. And that is how it's done. Now, the only other job we've got to do on this is put the circlip back on the turntable. It's here somewhere, I've seen it earlier. There it is. Put the circlip back on. So what we'll do, we'll lift the mat off. Because this is all done and the circlip goes in there. There we are. Now the turntable won't fall off. The mat's a bit warped, but that'll flatten down as it's being used. So let's try and get these lined up and hopefully they might just stick back down. There we go. I'll give the mat a bit of a clean before it goes back if I can. Try and wash that even. There we are. That'll flatten back down. So that is Nigels AP76 by Garrard. All done and fit for another 30 or 40 years. I haven't turned the other light on at the back of me, but we've got plenty of light on here, that's no problem. I'm happy with the way this has turned out. I can't play a record on it because I haven't got a stylus to fit it, and I think he was talking about putting a Shaw cartridge in it, so You know, because for the price I charge, I don't supply a cartridge. I'll supply a stylus on some occasions. You know, if I do a full record player, then I will supply a stylus, but not one of these, because these are just expensive. These are gold ring, and I didn't factor in the price because he said he was putting a shore in it, so I think he said he was putting a shore in it, so I'll leave that for him to sort out. I need to get hold of him at some point, but I'm having trouble with my other account and I can't get my emails up, so you know, I definitely need to sort it out. Anyway folks, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to end this stream because nobody's come in either. Imagine nobody even probably knows I'm here. You know, but I'm going to end it there, and I shall catch you all later folks. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye for now.